Homestead-Miami Speedway, the beginning of the round of 12 for the ENEA Cup Series. Dakota Long and Perrin Huggins will have control of the front row as we get ready to go to green. 12 drivers start this round with the intention of making it through tonight here at Homestead, next week here at Nashville as well, and then after Nashville we go on to the Atlanta Motor Speedway before we close out the round of 12 and start the round of 8. But for now, we've got to start the racing. Huggins and Long on the front row waiting for the signal. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. Shoop in that second position. He's got the 8 of Dakota Long on his outside. They go barreling down that front straight. Jake Prince in that number 9, the counterpart to Shoop in the 91, running the low line. 3 wide, almost through turns 1 and 2. Dakota Long's car doesn't like that outside line just yet, and it allows Perrin Huggins to run away with the race lead 2 laps into this race. Built-in Virginia's Justin Shoop just ahead of Dakota Long in the 5-7. Ryan Lindemann in the Cheddar's Chevrolet. He's got that star-spangled number 5-7 sitting in the 10th position. Jake Baker behind him now running that high side, trying to get around Lindemann, but he's got some distance to make up. Colin Hefner in the incorrectly numbered 48 Caterpillar Toyota. Hefner normally rocking number 18, so we're going to point that out just to keep you well informed about who's got the right number and who doesn't. Nick Simpson is a driver who's got the right number on his race car, as does Kyle Chafin. Here's a part-timer who managed to put the right number on his machine. The number 44 Valvoline Chevrolet on the outside of the backwoods. Sand Tiger Tattoos Camaro drag race. .44 of Kyle Chafin now falling behind. Matt Croakey had some trouble earlier. He was overtaken by Brian Tagg while we were on board with the 99 Busch Apple Chevy. Croakey finds himself in 18th while the battle for the lead isn't really a battle, so to speak. 2 seconds away from Perrin Huggins is Dakota Long in the 8. Justin Shoop on the outside in the 91. Here's Ryan Pasoko in that number 2. Let's go on board with him. And a few laps around Homestead for you. Shout out to another Rick, Racing Rick, who's in the chat, watching his boy Justin Shoup running the top 5 at the moment. Jacob Prince sits in that 2nd position. Cody McFadden running in 4th. There is Justin Shoup in the 5th spot as they start to get single file. Luke Reed in that Star Spangled Budweiser number 3 sitting in 8th. And Cody Johnson rounds out the top 10. There's the other Star Spangled Machine, Ryan Lindemann in the 5-7 Cheddar's car, sitting behind Jake Baker in 11th, while Ryan Terrien starts to catch up to Lindo. If you didn't get a chance to see it earlier, those are the points coming into this race. Some drivers will be in, some drivers will be out. All the drivers under the red line at the end of the next 3 races are out of the ENEA playoffs. Jacob Prince with his 6 wins this season, sitting at the top of the tree. Perrin Huggins in 2nd, Sean Anderson in 3rd. There goes Colton Hefner, the incorrectly numbered car, now driving the car incorrectly. He decides to scrape the left-hand side of his race car, and you have to believe, had he put the right number on his car instead of come here with the incorrect markings, he might have saved it. I'm probably wrong, but who cares? Perrin Huggins continues to lead Jacob Prince. 2 seconds, the difference between them, and now Cody McFadden wants to get a part of the top 3. He and Dakota Long will drag race down the front straight. And the incorrectly now damaged Colton Hefner, sitting stone dead last in the 18th position, 15 seconds away from the lead. That's a whole half lap behind. Not a good start for him. Simpson in the 46, sitting just ahead of Brian Tagg in the 99. Both of those cars trying to get a little bit of draft. And you can see cars are more than happy to run single file at this point in time, except obviously for Ryan Pasoko, who's looking to make a pass. Drivers must use the access roads to get on and off pit road. So that little road you see there on the inside of turn 1, they've got to use that. And you'll see a road on the inside of turn number 3. They also have to use that to enter pit road as well. Drivers that don't will be subject to a penalty. We'll see who remembers that and just who doesn't. 110 laps remain under the high noon sun of Homestead-Miami. Sean Anderson now trying to chase down Ryan Pasoko. The number 13 Mobil 1 Ford is on the move. Using every inch of the racetrack up ahead, Cody McFadden will come on down just ahead of the number 2 of Pasoko. He's now working on the outside of car number 9. Jake Prince, the 6-time winner this season, has been really comfortable on that inside line. I'm wondering if that's where he's going to stay all night. Maybe he's just taking it easy. It is one of the longer races this season. So far, caution-free 17 laps into this one, and if you've just tuned in, you have not missed a thing. Perrin Huggins continues to lead this race. He's got a 3-second advantage over the rest of the competition. That's what 3 seconds looks like. This is Cody McFadden. look for scrapes on the right-hand side of Cody's car. They go 3 wide. Dakota Long not shy of trying to make that dangerous move up the middle. Jake Prince will cut him off smartly down that front straight. Prince secures the 3rd position. Further on back, Luke Reed in the number 3 Budweiser machine, now trying to get around Parisian driver Ryan Terrien. And the Budweiser machine gets around the King's Hawaiian Ford. Justin Shoup and Mike Bennett side by side, couple of beers battling it out. Blue Moon on the top side, Coors Banquet on the inside. Will they make contact off of 4? They just let off each other. Another one of the alcoholic race cars, Brian Tagg in the 99 Busch car coming up behind the Backwoods 46, getting close, but no contact between these two. Lindemann in the Cheddars 5-7. Trying to possibly crack the top 13 if you can get around either of these race car drivers. There's the 99 and the 46 battling side by side. Watch the run that Lindo's going to get in that Cheddars machine. Right behind car 99. Down the back straight, Lindo now just has 1 car to attack instead of 2. He's going to move a little bit faster. How about Kyle Chafin in that 44 Valvoline Chevy, taking it real easy at the back. A little bit of a chrome flavor to this race car. Check this out. There we go. There's a good look. Good-looking race car for Chafin. Running in the 16th position. Perrin Huggins, his lead has decreased. 2.5 seconds the gap. There is Jacob Prince, who's starting to catch up to Perrin Huggins the last 3 laps. Jake has been quicker as Dakota Long struggles to keep his race car from moving in the straight line. Last time around on the 22nd lap of competition, Jake Prince quicker than Perrin Huggins by 0.2 of a second. Perrin possibly going just a little too hard on those tires. Not sure. It is the first green flag stint. We have not seen a caution all race long. And this will be the telltale sign of just who manages their rubber best. Justin Shoup on the top side, possibly looking for a better angle of wear. He said he can rip the high line better than anybody else here. Cody McFadden ripping the high line just a bit too close. Quick hands by Shoup, the 91 Coors Banquet Chevy. Now along that white line on the inside, drifting to the top. Sissoko can't get to the outside of him. Shoup now tries to draft with McFadden down the back straight. And he does open the door. Ryan Pisoko now to the inside. The number 2 car wants the top 5. Shoup does not relent. And how about Pisoko? Just a little bit of a scratch to the outside. He'll be all right. Sean Anderson will fill in the space beneath him. And now Anderson wants a spot in the top 6. Lindo almost going 3 wide with Brian Tagg. And the 44 of Kyle Chafin, who's now made it up into the top dirty dozen. 100 to go next time by. Chafin making a good move, possibly just waiting for the tires to fall off on some other cars while he saved his. Huggins, 2.2 seconds, the gap. And there is Prince consistently getting closer to that number 4, except for this lap here. Huggins doesn't sound like he's giving it any gas in the corner as well. And I wonder where this comes from, because surely Perrin's not trying to save fuel on the first stint of the race. He tries this strategy often enough, and the points will tell you. Huggins just doesn't have the results to prove this. I mean, he's got 3 wins here compared to Anderson's 1, but if he looks at the rest of his rivals, I mean, Dakota Long sitting on 4 wins, Jacob Prince on 6. He wins often enough to keep them up in the points, but you've got to ask and wonder where is he gaining anything, saving as much fuel as he can on the first stint? At one point, he's going to have to change tires. But it's got him this far in the playoffs, so we'll see just how far it takes him. 4 more races. I believe 4 more, maybe more than that. 7 more. I'm sorry, not 4 more. 7 more races remain. We've got these 3 in the round of 12. Pocono, Richmond, and Michigan in the round of 8. And then 4 drivers will fight for the title in Las Vegas. 150 laps there. Huggins ahead of Prince by 2 seconds, and it's quickly waning. There's McFadden sitting in 3rd. Pasoko now to the inside of Dakota Long in the other Cheddar's car. There's Lindemann in that 5-7 car. You're thinking to yourself, oh, that looks familiar. Yup. Lindemann in the 5-7. And then mimicking that 5-7, you've got Dakota Long in the 8. Sean Anderson in that 13. He started in the 11th position. Sean started in 3rd. He's down to 6th, coming up from the 7th spot. Dakota Long right behind Cody McFadden, just giving him no space. Terry Ann looking for a move on the inside of Mike Bennett in the 19. Pasoko on the inside, going to drag race with McFadden down the back. This is the battle for 3rd. .8 seconds now the gap, and the track facts will tell you drivers will make it approximately 40 to 50 laps on 1 tank of fuel. Perrin Huggins leading by, I believe, 3+ seconds at one point, and now you can see Jake Prince within 2 seconds to Huggins. Perrin again just trying to cut out that engine through the corners. And if you do hear me sniffling, I apologize. Under the weather here, but we're going to soldier on. As the season goes on, the show must go on, and so will we, as these 2 drivers almost make contact down the back straight. Cody McFadden and Ryan Pasoko now have to reassess. The sun comes out, it's going to bake a little more heat into that racetrack, and these tires get just a bit more slippery. Here goes Long, really forcing the 3-wide issue, almost wrecking himself out of 4. Long manages to survive. Smooth hands in the other red, white, and blue Cheddar's machine. Back to that original red, white, and blue Cheddar's machine. The 5-7 of Ryan Lindemann sitting in that 12th position by himself. 2 seconds ahead of Nicky Simpson in the 46. 2 seconds behind Luke Reed in the 3. Kyle Chafin and Brian Tagg starting to get close. Maybe they might be friends. While McFadden and Terrian are even closer, and you can see what it cost Cody running in the top 3. He's all the way down to 8th now. There's Long. Now finally with some open space. And looks like he's losing a lot of speed because Justin Shoup just makes a right snack out of Dakota Long. Shoup running the high side, and he's proving just how good he is on that high side. Look at that, just inches from that wall. Justin already up to that 4th position where he started. He's only half a second behind Ryan Pasoko. This is the move Shoup needs to make right before these green flag pit stops. He's got to be mistake-free and hit his marks. This is the time for him to capitalize. Cody McFadden, I believe, has lost the tires because that, again, Could have been disaster for car 64. He's able to save it and keep it moving, but now he's starting to falter almost outside of the top 10. Mike Bennett in the 19. Now behind Sean Anderson. Briefly single file now. Bennett will take the top side, Anderson on the inside, and everybody waiting to see who's going to blink first. Again, those track facts telling you 40 to 50 laps will be one green flag pit stop cycle for these drivers, depending on just when their tires will give out. 125 scheduled laps make up this 187 miler tonight. The 19 of Bennett getting a little loose off of turn number 2. We're seeing more and more cars start to lose control. You've got to be on your job here with these tires. And there goes Shoot. Just what I was going to say. With these tires, you've got to be mistake-free. Let's go on board Justin Shoop and see how he handles it. Luke Reed, slow. What has gone on with car number 3? Dakota Long decides he's going to come in. Jake Baker also on the way in. Matt Croakey in that 0-2. On the outside, Nicky Simpson decides he's going to come in. Brian Tagg will do the same. He's got a damaged race car. Jake Prince now almost 4 seconds behind Perrin Huggins, Ryan Terrien, Sean Anderson, side by side. Pasoko's in. McFadden's in. Reed, Simpson, Tagg, all in. Baker on his way out. Long back up to racing speed. Something's gone on with Jake Baker, possibly a speeding penalty, because this looks like maybe the second time he's been through pit road. There's Perrin Huggins going to put him another lap off the pace. 41 laps into this one. Huggins chasing down that win, the 4th win of the season, as Jake Prince decides it's his turn to come in. He gets loose on the access road between 3 and 4. Racing Rick cheering on his boy, says, "Come on, Rim Rider." And there is Racing Rick's kid, Justin Shoop. Now finally leaving pit road. He's down. He's away from the 7th position. There's Sean Anderson in 2nd. Cody Johnson rolling in 3rd. Johnson has yet to pit. All of the top 3 have yet to pit. We'll see what kind of game they might be able to conjure. Huggins still stays out. Now the question has to be asked, how far can he go on fuel? He's managed his tires extremely well this far out. Huggins now looking to put Jake Baker a 2nd lap down. Huggins is coming in. There is Perrin Huggins on his way in. No mistakes, or all of this tire strategy will have been for nothing. Huggins will come down mistake-free. He's got to obey the speed limit, though, and he gets in under 50 miles an hour. There is Jake Prince unlapping himself at 160 plus. Top 3 are now in. Huggins, Anderson, Johnson, all now coming down pit road. Prince down the back straight. Huggins. Right sides are now down. Huggins still not moving. There go the right sides. Now they're up. Here comes Jake Prince out of turn number 4. And now Huggins will be forced to chase down Prince. But at what cost? Prince now plays the job of the hare. There's Huggins now leaving turn number 2 on cold tires. There's Prince in the lead looking to get first. And the strategy works for Perrin Huggins. Huggins enters and comes out in that first position, but 7/10 is the gap between him and Jake Prince. Jake now has to put the chase on. 2 laps of difference between their tires. McFadden, Terrian, Chafin all go green, their personal fastest laps of the race. There is Lindemann in that red, white, and blue Cheddar's Chevrolet. He sits in 13th. He wants a piece of that dirty dozen. Ryan Pasocco on the inside. He's got competition just outside of him. Matt Croakey and Nick Simpson will now do battle down the back straight. Anderson goes green on new tires. Terriant goes green again. The Parisian sitting in 7th, just behind Justin Shoup. And the Parisian now goes into 6th. Sean Anderson goes purple. 33:47, fastest lap of the race for Sean Anderson. Well done. Huggins still leading almost by 3 seconds. Dakota Long on the outside is almost going to lose the race car again. It has been a struggle for the other Cheddar's machine. While the original Cheddar's machine of Ryan Lindemann not losing the race car outside turn number 4. Justin Shoup in that 91 on the outside of Mike Bennett in the 19. Those two drag racing for 7th. Huggins in the 4, leading Jake Prince by 4 seconds, and Prince on an island by himself because Ryan Pasocco's in 3rd, 3.5 seconds off the pace. Dakota Long is sitting in the 8th position. What happened here? Possibly loose off the corner again, not sure, but Long has been struggling tonight. He's got a check up there in turn number 3. Possible contact with the wall, and there it is, the Cheddar's machine. Loose again. Long just really struggling to get it together. He sits in 10th now. Justin Shoup gets around Long. Bennett goes green, 33:54. Kyle Chafin goes green, 33:67. Chafin now working on Lindemann for a spot in the top 12. South Carolinian Jake Prince sits in that second spot. 5.2 seconds behind Perrin Huggins. Almost an unbelievable gap that Huggins is maintaining out front. Quite impressive by Huggins to maintain that lead. 5.3 seconds ahead of the Coors Banquet Chevrolet. Terrien now behind Pasoko. These two drag racing it out for the third spot. Again, pardon my sniffles, feeling under the weather here, trying to keep this moving here. Cody McFadden's now going to drag race with Ryan Pasoko down the back straight. Dakota Long in 11th. Ryan Lindemann 1.6 seconds behind him, and it's been a struggle for this driver as well. Still plenty of race to go. More than halfway remains. And about 25 laps before the next pit stop cycle. Terrien goes green, 33.63. He's less than a second off of Jake Prince in the 9. Prince on the top side. Terrien now to the inside. Dakota Long has had it. The number 8 car has crashed off of turn number 4. Let's see what happened. One Cheddar's car manages to keep it on the racetrack, and the other one does not. Long just goes around loose out of the 4th corner. He's going to get it moving once again, but he now finds himself in 15th. One of the last cars on the lead lap. Matt Croakey almost making him the last car on the lead lap. Still might have that chance considering just how worn the tires are on that number 8. There's the Cheddar's car that hasn't spun around, the 5.7 of Ryan Lindemann. Now in the top 10 after getting around Kyle Chafin. Luke Reed next on that list. Reed all over the back end of Mike Bennett. Almost going 3 wide there. The Blue Moon Chevrolet. 6 seconds off of the Rays Energy Camaro. Cody Johnson only a half second off of Ryan Pasoko, while these two continue to fight it out for the 2nd position. Shout out Mama Vols. Send my love to Terry. Send my love to the rest of the family. Caution is out. Dakota Long has finally had it. And the Cheddar's machine has crashed again. Let's see what's gone on this time. Getting lapped by Perrin Huggins. Lapped by Perrin Huggins, and then he crashes immediately. Right on board with Long. See how that one went around. Matt Croakey, nowhere to go for him. He's fishtailed plenty. And it's the 2nd crash of the afternoon for Dakota Long. He finds himself in 17th. 1 lap off the pace, and there goes Cheddar's car that hasn't had any issues tonight, the 5.7 of Ryan Lindemann. Terrien sits in that 2nd spot. Perrin Huggins sits in the lead. Caution number 1 just before the halfway mark, fans. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in 2 minutes with more ENEA Racing. Jake Baker taking a big gamble in that 1-7. He decided not to pit. We'll see what happens from car 17, possibly just getting that bonus point for leading the lap. Huggins on the outside, who's been dominant all race long. Going leather for hell on those tires. Baker now has control of the field.
Green flag.
Just before the halfway mark, green flag is out. Let's go racing. Immediately 3 wide around Jake Baker. Everyone trying to scramble. Drivers on cold tires. Patience will be a virtue in these first few laps. 4 wide through turn 3. Terrien's in the wall. A bit dangerous, but they all survive. Miraculously, I might add. That was pretty close. Terrien still top side. Crash down the back straight. Jake Baker trying to get it together. Everybody seems to have made it through. Unbelievable. Beautifully done. Watch the 17. No, that was the 9 of Justin Shoup, who got incredibly loose. Have another look. I said Justin Shoup. I meant Jacob Prince. I have no idea what I'm talking about here. The 2 of Ryan Pasoko getting aggressive with the back end of Jacob Prince. Have another look. Pasoko not curbing his run, almost causing a massive accident. Anderson goes purple, 33.44, fastest lap all night long. Terrien goes green, 33.56. McFadden now behind Terrien. Those are the points coming into this race. And it's real simple. Win, and you're in. There goes Terrien, loose off the 4th corner. He puts the brakes on big time, and he's able to save it. It's going to cost him a lot, but it could have been a lot worse for Terrien. Heads up move by Ryan to keep that race car off the wall. Car number 6 with a great save. They're going to try and split him. There's the 19. Mike Bennett is in the wall. Just couldn't let out the gas, and he's cost himself. There goes Nick Simpson under the 19 of Bennett, who saves it again. Luke Reed can't avoid Bennett. Matt Croakey will avoid the 3 of Reed. Bennett, Croakey, the now correctly numbered Hefner, gets into a crash with the 19 of Mike Bennett. And that crash was going on for an entire half lap. Let's go back and check it out. Keep your eye on that beige-colored 19. Watch this. Bennett gets loose off that 4th corner. Here comes Nick Simpson trying to take advantage there. They make contact. Bennett saves it. Comes down onto Luke Reed. Croakey just barely avoids Reed. And then nothing Bennett could do. Nothing Croakey could do. And there you see Colin Hefner, who finally has the correct number on his 18, not 48. We'll fix that footer now that he's correctly numbered. Bennett will now get that race car repaired. Let's ride on board with Bennett. Not sure what kind of move Bennett was trying to pull off at the end. Watch this. Watch where the hands go with Matt Croakey coming to the inside. Right on board with Matt Croakey. Check this out. So now Bennett will get that race car repaired. Sean Anderson still in the lead with 55 laps to go from iRacing's Homestead-Miami. If you've just tuned in, we're only under the second caution. We're going to take another 2-minute break and be back for more playoff racing from Homestead.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, restarting this race with just over 50 laps to go. I can't do math, you all know that. Sean Anderson has the lead. Huggins now makes the move up the inside. How about Cody McFadden getting loose right off turn number 4? Those cold tires not helping anyone. Caution is out again for the second consecutive time. This time it's Bealton's Justin Shoup who's had a big incident. Check this out. Ryan Pasoko just getting into that 91. Not sure what that one's all about. Jake Baker also having something to do with that. Let's have a look at the restart right on board with the 2 of Pasoko. One more look from the sky. Keep your eyes on car number 2. He's going to make heavy contact with the 91. Nowhere for Jake Baker to go. One more look there. There was not much Ryan Pasoko could do about that. One more look here because it might have even started when Cody McFadden got loose. Check this out. So Pasoko will get his race car repaired. Perrin Huggins leads this race. Sean Anderson sits in second. Jake Prince rolling in that 3rd spot. Dakota Long back on the lead lap with the help of some lucky dog cautions. Ryan Lindemann in the Cheddar's 57 machine, sitting in that 9th position. And again, these are the points coming into this race. We're now inside the final 50 laps of action in the first race of the round of 12 in the ENEA playoffs. Jake Prince with 6 wins this season. Michael Bennett, Ryan Pasoko, Mackenzie Ruin, and Jeff Rudick out of the ENEA playoffs. And all of those drivers tied for 3,000 points. They've got some work to do. Because if you take a look at the top 4 in points, Prince, Huggins, Anderson, they're sitting in the top 3 in this race. Cody McFadden sitting just 7 points off that top 3. McFadden has struggled tonight. Matter of fact, all of the top 4 are sitting in the top 4 in the running order, actually. Ryan Terrian, 7th in points. He's 5th in this race. Got to give it up to Kyle Chafin. Part-timer, he's running in the 6th position, up 12 places from where he started. Doing a great job tonight. Brian Tagg in 7th, Nicky Simpson in 8th. Now, Brian Tagg finds himself tied with Dakota Long for 5th in these point standings. You take a look at that negative 36. 36 bonus points have been taken away from Dakota Long. And if you add all the penalty points that Long has back to his total, he would be leading the point standings coming into this round of 12. We'll see how that affects him when it's all said and done. Huggins at the front. Anderson on the outside. They will have control of the field when we come back to green. Huggins has control of the field. Anderson to his outside. Prince
Green.
now has the run on the outside. Green flag is out. .46 laps remain in this race. Car 46, Nicky Simpson running in the 9th position. The Sand Tiger Tattoos Chevrolet. He wants a good finish. He may not be in these playoffs, but Simpson is no spring chicken. He is no slouch. We'll see what the Sand Tiger Chevrolet can do. He's on the inside of Kyle Chafin. He's up to 8th. Parent Huggins goes purple. Fastest lap of the race immediately after restart. 33:36 for Huggins. He's got Jake Prince hot on his tail. 44 to go this time by. Chafin getting up dangerously to that wall. Here comes Nicky Simpson on the inside. Luke Reed wants to play too. McFadden in the 64 now sits ahead of Dakota Long. This is the battle for 4th. And there's the respective gap between your favorite drivers in the top 7. Just an absolute gulf in class from the first 2 all the way through the rest of the field. Prince this time goes purple. 33-31 for Jake Prince, the South Carolinian, looking for his 7th win this season. Already up to a half-second gap ahead of Parent Huggins. Nicky Simpson on the outside of Ryan Lindemann. Lindo now moves into the top 10, and he's now working on Luke Reed. Lindemann in his Cheddar Chevy, now trying to get to the inside of another Star-Spangled Chevrolet. The number 3 of Lucas Reed trying to hold him off. They'll drag race for the 10th spot. Cody McFadden now trying to hold off Ryan Terriant, the French driver, in that 6th spot. And car number 6 will just slot behind the 6-4. 86 laps into this race. 3 cautions so far. Several drivers struggling with the control of their race cars. Ryan Lindemann, not one of them. Seems like that Star-Spangled Cheddar's paint scheme is working out and paying out dividends for the driver of the 5-7. Trying to keep his place in that top 9. Behind him, Cody Johnson tries to work on the 46 of Nicky Simpson. These two will actually drag race but Simpson gets loose out of 2. That's going to cost him all the momentum moving into the corner. Simpson in that 46. Trying to just get down on that 0.8. Cut off the line. Doesn't work well enough while Ryan Lindemann starts to move just a little bit further up the racetrack. Kyle Chafin might be next on his radar, and Cody McFadden looking to hold off Ryan Terriant and Brian Tagg. Terriant now looks to get to the inside of McFadden. This is for 5th. There is McFadden on the outside, stays true to his line. He has not deviated from running the top side of this racetrack, and he continues to make good progress up there. But how about Brian Tagg, who started in 15th, now up to 7th? 35 laps to go next time by. Terriant, McFadden, Tagg all starting to get squished together. How about Cody Johnson now to the inside of Luke Reed in car number 3? Johnson also loves to cut the engine out in the corner. Just not enough to get around the 3 of Reed, however. Still plenty of work to do. While Terriant starts to walk away with 5th, he's got an advantage of 0.4 on Cody McFadden, but that draft really does come into play for these drivers. There's Johnson trying to find daylight on the inside of Reed. Drivers must be careful not to damage these race cars. A lot of them have not pitted since lap 60 or 70, depending on when they pitted. Nobody can make it to the end. If another caution comes out and the drivers elect to pit, they could make it all the way to the end. They must conserve, however, and the tires are going to be shredded by the end of this race. Terriant moves into 5th. He's 4 seconds off Dakota Long. Sean Anderson 1.5 seconds off Perrin Huggins. Jake Prince leading by 1.25 seconds, but over the last 5 laps, Perrin Huggins has been reeling in Jake Prince little by little. It looks like Huggins has tapered off. We'll see what the distance says now when they come past lap 93. That time around, Huggins about 0.2 quicker, 1.5 seconds the gap between them. Cody Johnson on the inside of Lucas Reed. He's finally got the advantage, and now he looks for the move into the top 10. Eyesight not working for Luke Reed as much as he would like. Cody Johnson flying away from him. 30 laps to go next time by. Johnson finds himself 0.5 second off Lindo in the top 8. Terriant, McFadden, Tagg running 4th, 5th, and 6th. Gotta give it up to Brian Tagg. Again, starting in the 15th position, taking it nice and easy. He's worked his way up to 6th, and he could be knocking on the door here for Cody McFadden's top 5. Perrin Huggins is in. Jake Prince also in. Ryan Lindemann in. They're all making their final pit stops of the race. They must be mistake-free. Dakota Long to the lead. Ryan Terrien in second. Look at that battle there just before green flag stops. Cody Johnson sitting in fifth, just behind Brian Tagg. Now up 11 places. Quickly approaching the final 25 laps of this race, and all eyes on the race leaders, seeing when they'll decide to come down. Long now behind the 8 ball. If he decides to stretch this fuel all the way to the end, he'll need to go 55 laps on this tank of fuel, but he will not have the tires to go the distance. Meanwhile, Jake Prince, he is the first car 1 lap down, and he's right there on fresh tires behind Dakota Long, and all he's got to do is keep the pressure on car number 8, force a mistake out of the race leader. If the race goes green from here, Long is in trouble. If a caution comes out, Long is sitting pretty. Prince looking to unlap himself from the Sparta native. There's Nicky Simpson on the inside of Luke Reed. All of the top 7 now have yet to pit. There goes the 9 of Prince. He unlaps himself. Huggins next. There's the number 4. Nicky Simpson in the 46 running in that 6th position. All eyes on these drivers, wondering just when they'll decide to break stride, come in for their final set of tires, their final splash of gas to go to the end. The round of 12 has just 25 laps to go in its opener. Dakota Long down the back straight. Will he now come in? No. Car number 8 will stay out. Cody Johnson, 6 seconds off the leader, and over the last 5 laps, there you see Johnson was consistently reeling in Long for a while, but now Dakota looks like he might have put on the afterburners. We'll see what he's got in these final laps. Long stays out on extremely worn tires. Perrin Huggins unlaps himself. Sean Anderson, the next car who will be looking to unlap himself from Dakota Long. Ryan Terrien has decided it's his turn to come in. Here comes Luke Reed as well. Long on the high side, playing the dangerous game. Cody Johnson, 5 seconds off of Dakota Long. How about Brian Tagg in the top 3? The 44 of Kyle Chafin loose out of turn number 4. That's going to invite Nick Simpson to play. Tagg just sounding a little slow out of the corner. Long sounding quick coming into the corner. He will stay out again. He's gone 32 laps on this run. Not quite pit time yet, but you've got to think he's costing himself time. He's gambling on the yellow flag to come out. It's his only hope for a win. Five seconds the gap between first and second. Last time around, Dakota Long 34.65. Jacob Prince 33.61. Prince a full second a lap quicker than Long, but 28 seconds is the gap between them. If Long stays out to the end, quick math will tell you if Long runs consistent laps from here to the end, Prince does not have enough time to catch him. But again, consistency will be key for car number 8. And right now, he's not even the fastest of the cars that haven't pitted. Cody Johnson is reeling him in with just over 20 laps to go. Tag has decided it's his turn. Jake Prince moves into 5th. There's Nicky Simpson. He'll stay out. Sean Anderson moves into 6th. It's now all of the top 4 that have yet to pit. And they've gone all in on the caution saving them. 4 seconds the gap between Long and Johnson. 1 pit stop still remains, but Cody Johnson pitted on lap 77. Cody Johnson has a much better chance of making it all the way to the end. It's a 21-second gap between Johnson and Prince. Dakota Long decides he's going to come in. But did he use the access road? Remember, drivers must use the access road or incur a penalty. We'll have to double check. Long did indeed use the access road here on lap 105. He is good to go. He comes to a halt. Cody Johnson, now your new leader, coming to 18 laps to go. This is where the fuel saving comes into play. You can hear Johnson shutting off the engine. Last time around, Cody Johnson ran 34.64. Jake Prince, 33.73. And at this pace, Prince cannot catch Johnson. If Johnson's intentions are to go, not pitting to the end, if a caution does come out, he is not in the worst of places. He'll have the freshest set of tires, but he'll have less than 15 laps to get it done, or whenever the caution comes out. Big gamble here by Cody Johnson. And those ENEA points will tell you that 8th place tie makes it all the more appetizing for Cody if the gamble pays off. He's got to go 48 laps on this tank of fuel, and I don't think any driver's been able to do that. We'll see. You can just hear the engine shutting down. Just Cody Johnson trying his hardest. He's got a 6.3 second gap to Nicky Simpson. And there's Jake Prince, currently running in 3rd, 18 seconds off the race leader. This time around, Jake Prince puts in 33.78. He is 1 second quicker than Cody Johnson, and it's getting close. 17 seconds is the gap. If Johnson doesn't pit, assuming these lap times stay consistent, Jake Prince will catch Cody Johnson, but can he pass him? You can see just how quickly the other drivers start to get a hold of Cody Johnson. 35.02 last time around. Jake Prince, 33.7. 14.5 seconds the gap. Johnson not running consistent lap times, and this is exactly what Prince wants to see. Going for his 7th win this season and trying to lock himself in to that round of 8. 7 drivers on the lead lap. And if a caution comes out, they will do some fantastic battle all the way to the end. A dozen laps now remains. Johnson, 7 seconds ahead of Nicky Simpson. There's Jake Prince, the points leader, in third. There is Simpson. The Sand Tiger Tattoos, 46. Nothing to lose for Nicky. He comes into this race well outside the playoff positions. He just wants a good finish. But Simpson pitted on lap 69. Simpson might not be good to go to the end. And he is not. Here comes Nicky Simpson right now. So Jacob Prince will take over the second position. It's 11 laps to go. 12 and a half seconds. The gap between Jake Prince and Cody Johnson. Jake Prince right now lapping 1 second quicker than Johnson. Cody is doing everything he needs to do to win this race. Waited to pit until lap 77, and that might have been enough. We just don't know. It's 48 laps. It would be the longest run anyone has attempted. Nine at the line, this time by. There's Jake Prince in turn number 1. 11 seconds the gap. 9 to go this time. Jake just isn't moving quick enough to overtake Cody before the end of this race, but Cody must make it to the line on fuel. Have a listen to car number 8. Just cutting that engine out at all costs. Prince in the throttle all the way through the corner. Johnson, silent. Fewer than 8 laps to go for Johnson. He comes into this race winless this season with an average start of 17th and an average finish of 8th. Cody rolling the dice at Homestead. And if those dice roll for 7 more laps, he'll come away as the victor. But does he have the fuel? 8 seconds, the gap between them last time around. Jake Prince, just 1 second quicker than Johnson. Catching him is one thing. Passing him is quite another. How about this battle for the 9th position? Brian Tagg inviting Kyle Chafin for a run. Lucas Reed wants to play too. Five to go this time by. All eyes and ears on Johnson. 35:07 last time around. This time 34:95. Quicker. Only 8 tenths slower than Jacob Prince with 5 laps to go. Cody is on pace to win, but he's got to make it on fuel. Look how early he's cutting off. Watch the revs when he goes into turn number 1. Listen to how ginger he is with the throttle. He is running this one on fumes. Look at that, cutting it off before turn number 1. He must be desperate to save. He's loose. Oh, the back end is getting loose. Is he out? Jake Prince within 5 seconds now. Johnson must know he can't make it on fuel. Here comes Prince. .35.61, one of his slowest laps all race long. 4 seconds the gap, 3 laps to go. Prince now finally putting in lap times quick enough to get around Cody Johnson. But does he have enough time? You can hear he's getting loose out of turn number 4. 3 miles remain. Nails being bit down to the finger in the 08 camp. Cody Johnson looking for his first win this season. Prince behind him. 3.6 seconds is the gap. It's no longer about time. Johnson just needs the fuel to make it. Have a listen. White flag. 1 more lap to go. Round 16 will come down to the capacity of Cody Johnson's fuel tank. 3 seconds now the gap. Johnson coming into this race, sitting beneath the danger zone. He's got to win, and he's in. 2 more corners to go for Johnson. Through 3, he could coast to the end here. Off of the 4th corner, Cody Johnson gambles, and he's going to win round 16 at Homestead. Johnson gets the job done. The Raise Energy Chevrolet finishes first with minimal fuel. And it sputters now. He's out. Cody Johnson is out of fuel. He timed it perfectly. Winner. Jake Prince and Perrin Huggins finishing 2nd and 3rd. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to have podium interviews in just a moment. On the podium now with our top three, starting with tonight's bronze medalist. In the number 4, Bush Ford, won Perrin Huggins with a bronze medal tonight. Perrin, great job finishing third at Homestead.
Thank you, Rick. I'm still pissed about that first caution because it should not have been a caution. It was an awful call, but Cody for sure deserved that win. He's by far the best fuel saver in the league, so I'm happy for him, and we'll take a top 3 and just move on.
Next week, we're taking it to Nashville. Can you do one better and get yourself second, maybe even win your way to the next round?
I for sure think I can, but we'll see how bad my luck is. It's been bad, so we'll see.
We'll see you in a week's time. Congratulations on your bronze medal. Moving on to tonight's silver medalist, Jake Prince, the 6-time winner, unofficially in second, and you've got a great chance to make the round of 12.
Yeah, good points night. Just pretty pissed off about how that worked out. I mean, should have won the race. Some stuff that went, and then we'll see what admins are going to do about it. But I mean, Cody said you feel good, but that's all I can say. I'm just whatever, second place.
Congratulations on your silver medal. We'll see you in a week's time talking to one Cody Johnson in that 08. Cody, it sounds like you might have missed the access road on a pit stop. Unofficially, you're the winner of round 16 at Homestead. One way or the other, it was a thrilling fuel-saving strategy.
Yeah, man. It don't really matter to me. I mean, that didn't benefit me at all to come down pit road right there under yellow. If I'd have done it under green, then I'd understand where they were coming from. But like I said, kind of like agree with Perrin. The ones that are upset are the ones that were behind on the pit strategy midway through the race, and the caution came out. It shouldn't have came out, and it allowed the ones that didn't take tires to come down and take tires. And so I mean, they can take the win from me. They can penalize me or whatever. I already started in the back. I didn't gain an advantage by not taking the access road under yellow. Like I said, if I'd have done it under green, then that'd have been a whole other story. But I just wasn't thinking about it, and we were under caution. And I mean, like I said, I didn't intentionally mean to wait until we came around to the entry, but whenever I put it under green, I did take the access road. But like I said, we'll just let them make the call and see what they say.
We'll see what they say in a week's time, but for now, you've got that W headed into Nashville. Cody, 2 in a row. How do you find your chances in the Music City?
I don't know. I'm still learning the whole iRacing thing. So there's a lot of guys in the league that are a lot better than I am. So I just take it 1 week at a time, and we'll go there and see how we end up. And like I said, there's quite a few guys that are a lot faster than I am, but I just get them how I can get them.
We'll see what happens in a week's time. For now, Cody, congratulations on finishing first. Go celebrate, pal.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Fans at home, that does it for the 16th chapter of racing in this ENEA season. Don't know what jerks put up Nashville Super Speedway up there when it should say Homestead, but we'll worry about that later. Still a thrilling race, a great fuel mileage race to the end as well. This Thursday, the V8 Supercars are at the Circuit of the Americas. You cannot miss it right here on Rick James TV. The battle for $200 in those Aussie Supercars. Tune in, won't you? Thursday, right here, Rick James TV, 8:40 p.m. And until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we will see you all